I should explain why a side profile is so important to me. A side profile is important to me because with memory techniques, you imagine stories where different characters interact with each other. And if you've got a front-facing image, how are you going to visually see both faces of the two people who are interacting with each other? Like one might hand, let's say, a flower pot to the other person. You won't be able to see that unless you're imagining it with people being sideways on. So if you're good at imagining things, you can look at a front profile picture and just in your head imagine what it would look like sideways. But what I really wanted was to be able to have sideways images. And so I've been thinking about if I can add hair to a front facing image, how can I turn that into a 3D object and see the hair sideways? It's that sort of puzzle that I'm trying to solve. I'm in two minds about what I want from AI 3D model generation. I, for what I want to do, I just want to be able to have a side profile of a character and a front profile of a character. Um, and for it all to be colored in the way that I want it to be colored in. So for me, if I can have a 3D software that receives an image and creates the 3D character for me, and then I can rotate it and get a snapshot of its side profile, then I'd be happy with that in the short term. But in the long term, what I'd really like is a 3D AI generator that not only receives this one starting image to create the 3D model, but that it also notices the colors and adds texture to the 3D model. Whereas I think what I see at present is it, it knows the shape and fills it all in grey and seems to not have a function to apply uh, the colors of my original image to the textures. Software like Blender would let me entirely paint the orange onto the ray object. There's two approaches, it seems. There's painting onto the what they call the mesh, the polygonal shapes that make up the 3D character. So you can paint directly onto those, or you can have textures that are colored and you apply texture um, to the grey 3D object that Rodin creates for me. I don't really want to learn Blender at the present time. So for me to just carry on with my mock-up of what I'm doing, I just want to screenshot my grey object at a particular angle and then just use paint.net or another graphics editor to color it in, because I only need a front-facing shot, which is this that I uploaded to Rodin in the first place. It made a 3D model from which I eventually got a side view, and then just now I'm playing around with how I can color it in paint.net, and then that way I'll have my side view picture without having to learn Blender. I really should learn Blender though. Unlike people who want to make 3D models exclusively, I'd be happy for the time being to make side view to go with my front view. And I guess AI is getting so clever that as long as I have a front view and a side view, I can generate a really good 3D model from that anyway. I think the technologies and keep the colors as well. I think the technology is going in that direction. So earlier, when I opened up my OBJ 3D sculpture of an aardvark man, I used this website here to open it up because And what I found was useful, by default it has a white background, so I can really see clearly what I've screenshotted from that site. So just to demo 3dviewer.net, I didn't download anything. I just went to the open from my device, and then because Rodin saved a zipped up OBJ file, I unzipped it, put it here, and then I open it. And what's really good is that it appears with a white background to it. And I can make my side profile, even though all I provided originally was this image as a front profile. So it's very good. Rodin is very good, and this online 3D viewer is very good because the contrast of this strong white and the grey makes it easier for my paint.net. So how am I going to colour the clothing in orange and do it quickly? One idea is to go to the colour picker and pick the orange I want. Our colour picker is this one, the Petite Pipette. Click here to grab the colour that this icon has allowed me to do, and then I go into here where I want to do the colour replacement. The colour I want to replace is the lighter colours, and to less extent to change the greys, because the greys are what give this its balance, its visibility, its detail. So I'm going to click on this icon, which is color replace. I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'm just going to touch down here on the white and drag the mouse. And as you can see, it doesn't matter where I move the mouse. Actually, I didn't want to get the neck. That's a mistake. But, but apart from that, even if I drag the mouse over the white area here, it's only going to color the slightly grey color that I initially clicked down on. So I'm dragging the mouse while my fingers press down on the left click button. And this outfit is getting colored in pretty much the same orange as the one that I color picked. I did have some hiccups along the way. It doesn't really matter that I've coloured in a bit of the head there, or I've coloured in a bit of the shoe there, because what I can do is I can, using the lasso, copy to clipboard the bit I do want, broadly speaking, and then close the image, having copied to clipboard the thing I just highlighted, go back into the image and just paste in the bit that I wanted on top. Press escape on my keyboard, and that's it. Really simple. I can then use another color and a line tool to draw a tie. That's probably a bit too much there, so over there. This is better than what I was trying earlier. Earlier I was yeah, never mind. This is the best I came up with. And then I can carry on with that orange color if I want. I can color pick again. Using the recolor feature, I can now go to this dark grey and recolor that. It might be, if you find that for some reason things aren't working as expected, I find it's good to just close the file down and then open it up again, and that seems to be helpful. But yes, you can see where I'm going with this. Here's a tip. So I'm going to look at the head now, which I want to be green, and you've got the eyes here, which you don't want to be coloured green. So using the lasso, I'm just doing this quickly for the sake of the video, but using the lasso you can quite quickly select the bit that does need to be green, and then using the colour picker get the green from the other image, and then over here go on to the replace, and depending on which shade of grey you click on, you'll either successfully see there, that's not successful because I clicked on a light colour, but if I go for a greyer colour, it contains it, and it cannot draw over the eyes because of what I've done with the lasso. So that's one approach. Another approach would be to use the lasso and to copy to clipboard the bit that you don't want to be damaged. So that's on my clipboard now. And then I can colour pick here, come to the image, make sure I'm using recolor. Very easy to forget to re-click that and you can't figure out why it's not working. And then not that again. And then, oh no, the eyes are being coloured in. That's terrible. So you might be upset about that, but then because on your clipboard you have the eyes perfect, you can just paste those in and then you're fine. Or not. Those two shades of green look terrible together. Let me undo. Got it. Sure, I can do better than that. And then that darker grey. It's when I select the other shade of grey that it can go a bit awry. So perhaps periodically lasso the bits you don't want to be damaged, copy them to clipboard, apply the other green, and then paste back in the undamaged other green. But yeah, I'm going to paste the eyes back in now. That's not bad at all. And then, now that everything is, or a lot of this is orange, another creature from the animal zoo collection might also need a shirt and tie, or might also need trousers like this, but maybe the colour's meant to be another colour. So you can just find the colour that you want, and instead of doing a fill with that colour, which takes away detail, you would once again attempt to use the recolor feature. And even with me moving the mouse all over the place, it can only recolor orange because that's the first colour I clicked down on before I started dragging the mouse with the button simultaneously pressed down on the mouse. Really good.